Okay, people. How you doing today? The world is a mess, right? Okay. But if you watch any of my other videos, you know that I have this thing called the popcorn universe theory. And now I think none of these theories work. When I look at the immensity of the universe, I don't see anybody's theory that actually makes sense. However, my popcorn universe theory makes more sense than any of the other theories that I know, that I've heard about. And the thing is this. Um, I have and all the new information, I get more and more new information, and it just seems to affirm the popcorn universe theory more and more. Now, I mean, you got to review my other videos. I'm not going to explain everything right here. But, um, it's pretty much all the black holes collect, and then there's a mechanism where, just like solar flares on the sun, there's going to be fusion flares, right? Now, the big problem with this is and the fusion flares will be the size of galaxies when this happens. Now, the problem with this is how do they escape the gravity, right? That was the big problem. It's like, my theory doesn't make sense, just like nobody else's theory makes sense, because the big problem is how would these fusion flares escape the immense gravity of this super gigantic, biggest black hole ever? And that seemed to be like, so my theory doesn't make sense, just like everybody else's. But let's think about it some more. What do we know about black holes? Well, they spin. So how fast do they spin? Well, they spin, the smaller ones spin like 1,000 times a second. The larger, the supermassive black holes, spin at about 90% of the speed of light. Okay, right? So check this out. This is boom. It fits again. It might fit. And that is this. So if the popcorn happens from the supermassive black hole, the fusion flares, basically the size, as much material as a galaxy, pretty much going out in these fusion flares in every direction. Okay, so you have two things happening. You have compression waves, which accelerates the outer flares more quickly. Compression, right? So, you know, outer galaxies are moving faster than inner galaxies, right? Okay, so it kind of explains that. But still, how do these gigantic fusion flares escape the immense gravity of this supermassive black hole? Well, black holes spin at like 90% the speed of light. So there's centrifugal force. Our whole universe could be speeding at 90% the speed of light, but we don't know it because there's no relativity. There's nothing to compare it to. Just like the Earth is spinning at 1,000 miles an hour, but you don't feel it, the whole universe could be spinning at the speed of light, but we can't judge that because we can't feel it, we can't see it compared to anything else, right? So now, not only do you have the power of these fusion flare explosions, what assists them, the escape of the gravity, is centrifugal force. Well, hell, now that sounds almost feasible. Almost feasible. And check it out. Nobody knows what dark energy is. What if it's simply centrifugal force in combination with the original compression waves of the popcorn universe theory? Right? I've described a lot of other details in other videos if you care to check it out. And you know, I mean, I really got the Nobel Prize coming to me. And, you know, so pass this along. I mean, this is good shit, really. You know, compared to all the other theories that I've looked at and listened to. This stuff actually kind of makes sense. So, and I would like the Nobel Prize, mostly for the money. You know, I don't give a shit about fame or anything like that. Although it's, you know, it'd be nice to do a notable contribution to whatever, you know, mankind's whatever understanding. But you know, I might just be full of shit. That's what everybody thinks, right? So, but it's pretty good. Somebody will listen to this and think about it, and it's pretty good. All right. So thanks a lot. Have a good day. You know, oh man, we should not be funding genocide or wars for other countries. We should not be funding that. That's wrong. You know, we should be trying to make peace with the world, get along, treat everybody fairly. You know, that's what we should be doing. And by all means, stop having kids. You know, it's population that is destroying our planet more than anything else. You know, population is more pollution. Population is more global warming. Population. We're like cockroaches devouring our planet. You know, in every single way. You know, from microplastics in America. And, you know, let's protest against our poison food, you know. You know, whoever wants to run for office, you know, they have to say, yeah, we're getting the chemicals out of our food and we're not taking money from corporations or certainly from other countries. Let's not vote people to take money from other countries or even corporations. Those people don't get to be part of government, you know. Oh, and you shouldn't have dual citizenship either, right? I mean, come on, let's face it. If you wanna be a politician in America, you better be all American, right? I mean, it just seems like simple, reasonable, logical, you know, sense, right? It's just sensible. Let's try to be more sensible, right? If we stop having kids, the old people die off of whatever. It's like 400,000 old people die off every day. So if we don't have kids for the next 25, 35 years, the population will reduce immensely. And, you know, our planet might survive. Although, it's pretty much too far gone already. Global warming, we haven't, it's coming so strong now. Everybody's starting to feel it, right? It's just all around us, and it's coming. So, okay. Good luck. Stay out of trouble. But at the same time, take a moral stand. You know, it's time to be ethical in the world. Thank you.